Good afternoon. This is Peskov. How can you hear me?
Good afternoon. We can hear you well.
Thank you. So it's June 3rd, Wednesday. Putin is working in the Kremlin. Today in Moscow, in the Russian Federation, with a state visit, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Mrs. Hassan, is present. And on the occasion of the state visit, today, there will be an event in the Grand Kremlin Palace, an official state ceremony. Then there will be a discussion in a narrow format, a delegation of two countries, and a state lunch on behalf of the President of the Russian Federation in honor of the guest. Mrs. Hassan will then travel to St. Petersburg, and tomorrow she will continue her work in St. Petersburg. In addition to this, Putin has planned a number of work meetings in the second half of the day, which will be relatively public. That's why I'm quite laconic about the President's schedule today. Of course, work continues for St. Petersburg, the St. Petersburg Economic Forum. Putin is working on his speech and on the events that will take place at the forum, which, in particular, my colleague Ushakov told you about yesterday. What questions do you have?
Can I ask about the Komsomolskaya Pravda?
Yes, please.
This is Alexander Gamat, a journalist from the Kremlin's Komsomolskaya Pravda. I'm from St. Petersburg, from the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum. I'm looking forward to the president's speech. I have a question. Will it be only in the economic direction, or will there be political, including international and acute problems that are now worrying the whole world? Thank you.
The President will speak at the St. Petersburg Economic Forum. Therefore, of course, the main part of the speech will be devoted to the economy, economic issues, economic problems, both in our country and at the international level. But of course, in our time, there is no clean economy. One way or another, there is always a confrontation with political problems. Therefore, this will also be paid attention to. You're welcome. Do you have any more questions?
Dmitry Sergeyevich, can I speak to Agent Ryder?
Yes, please.
Thank you very much. Dmitry Antonov, Agent Ryder. How would you comment on the morning strikes in St. Petersburg? And what will Russia's response be if it happens?
You know, I want to remind you of the statement of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, where it is said that our responses will be of a systematic nature. In fact, they already have a systematic nature. This is the first thing. As for the strikes in particular, this information is entirely and completely a prerogative of the regional authorities and our Ministry of Defense. But in general, I can say that in order to avoid such strikes, a special military operation continues.